I would like to thank the BRI Institute for organizing this very representative panel, which is very important in our divided times. So I'll try to speak about the global civilization initiative from the perspective of the Russian Federation as a country which, with a rich history and very diverse culture. We understand the importance of respecting and learning from different civilizations. The Global Civilization Initiative, in our opinion, recognizes that security, development, and civilization are closely interconnected. We believe that by promoting inclusive coexistence, exchange, and mutual understanding of different civilizations, we can create a more just, equitable, and sustainable world for all. Russia has a very long history of cultural exchanges with other civilizations. Our literature, music, and art have been influenced by various cultures, and we have also contributed to the development of other civilizations. We believe that respect for the diversity of civilizations is essential for promoting equality, mutual learning, dialogue, and inclusiveness. Russia has been the most productive, influential, and at the same time peaceful at the time where there was a community of civilizations in Europe in the 18th and in the 19th century. As we transcend the civilization barriers through exchanges and rise above inter-civilization conflicts by mutual learning, we can overcome the sense of superiority by instead promoting coexistence. We should all recognize and truly understand that there is no superior civilization over others. Each civilization embodies the wisdom and vision of a country or nation, and each is valuable for being uniquely its own. These ideas are echoed in the new Russian foreign policy doctrine. For instance, instead of seeing, for instance, Africa as a tool or a territory to be swayed in an international conflict, Russia sets as its goal to foster sovereignty and the ability of African nations to be strong and truly independent in the world. There is also a very similar concept of country civilization represented in the doctrine, and the doctrine names Russia as one of the country's civilizations while recognizing other countries' civilizations. The Global Civilization Initiatives offers a practical outline to some of our most pressing problems, whether it's addressing climate change, ending and fighting poverty, or promoting peace and security. This initiative recognizes that these issues are very closely interconnected and that we need to tackle them together by working collaboratively across borders and cultures. We thus can develop innovative solutions that benefit everyone by drawing on the experiences of different nations and civilizations. This initiative is also very important because of its geopolitical nature. It's neither globalist per se, nor anti-globalist, because it promotes civilization cross-learning while respecting civilization and country sovereignty. This is a much healthier arrangement than cultural and political isolationism on the one hand, or on the other hand, complete globalism and trying to create certain world culture or one way of doing things. In the 20th century, the world has already seen a competition between three massive universal ideas of capitalism, fascism, and communism. In the 21st century, we should not be clinging to any kind of overarching notion of how to do things, whether it's communism or Western-style capitalism. The only way to describe and shape, as the only ways to describe and shape the world, the only way to achieve a stable future, in the opinion of a lot of Russian experts, is to abandon the world of universal ideas and to recognize that every country has its own unique traditions and characteristics and should not be confined into one ideological frame or economic frame. It's much healthier to be constantly adapting your policies and international posture, drawing insights from other countries and systems. Russia fits really well into the Global Civilization Initiative. We believe that it offers real hope for the future in the world that's becoming more and more multipolar. The world often can seem bleak and divided, and this initiative reminds us that we have a real power to create a better world if we are willing to work for it and forgo some short-term goals that foster competition in exchange for longer-term ones. In conclusion, we should commit ourselves to building a more just, equitable, and sustainable world. It's very important to foster cultural exchanges and to create more opportunities for people to connect on a face-to-face level. And those connections, in our experience, are able not to solve unsolvable differences, but they're able to show people that we are all in this together, then the world is a joint system, and that playing zero-sum games in the modern world is very dangerous and unsustainable in the long term. And speaking a bit more about some practical things that I think China could utilize to promote this initiative. First of all, it is the promotion of various soft power means. As I know, Chinese soft power had some problems in Europe, unfortunately. And in our opinion, it's very important to try to reach out to more Asian countries, to Russia, for instance, and to the African world, because I think that China, as one of the oldest civilizations, recognizes their civilization status and is able to foster very deep and serious, first of all, cultural and economic connections. And that's the end of my speech. I tried to emphasize the place of Russia in the possible place of Russia in the Global Civilization Initiative, and how well it actually aligns with a lot of Russian foreign policy priorities. Thank you very much again.